Hey, look at this. Here's an actual hand that I played yesterday. Alright, I pick up 2 black 6s under the gun, and I open to 15. Normally I'll fold 2 6s if the table is kind of loose. If the table's tight, I'll open 6s. 6s, 7s is kind of like right on the edge of where I'm going to open. I think there might have been 1 or 2 players walking, so that narrows the field a little bit. So anyway, I open to 15 under the gun. Guy in middle position calls. Then the small blind calls the 15, so we got $45 in the pot. Going to see the flop 3 ways. The flop comes down Jack 3-3 with a heart draw. That's a pretty good flop for 2 6s, so I fire out a continuation bet at 25. Middle position calls the 25, and the small blind folds. Turns a king of diamonds. So at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm ahead. The only hand I'm worried about was a flush draw that contained a king. King's a pretty good card for me to barrel, because if I had ace-king and was just doing a standard c-bet, I now have a pair of kings. I choose to fire out another 45 on the turn. Middle position calls again. So the river comes, an offsuit 7, which is a great card. If I've got showdown value, I can check call this river, I think. So I check. Fortunately, middle position checks behind. My 6s are good. Take down the pot. Alright, this next hand I was unable to record, so you're just going to have to suffer with these graphics again. I pick up 2 kings, so after 2 limpers I make it $30 to go. An aggressive player in late position calls the $30, and he's got me covered. The large blind also calls the $30. So I'm starting this hand with about 500. The player in late position has me covered. So we have a $100 pot, and we're seeing the flop 3 ways. Flop comes down 7 of clubs, 8 of clubs, 10 of hearts. Horrible flop for kings. Just hammers their ranges and completely misses my range. Large blind checks. I fire out a bet of $45, which is just under half the pot. I don't really want to define my hand yet, because I want to see what the action is behind me, because the player behind me does have me covered, and I am 100 big blinds deep. Fortunately, the player behind me folds. The large blind check raises me to 145, leaving him 190 behind. So at this point, I've got to decide, am I going with the kings or am I not going with the kings? I can shove here, but then I give him good odds to call with any pair and a draw, any draw that he has, and I don't want to do that. So I call the 145. Turn comes, great card, 3 of hearts, and he open ships, $190. I pretty much snap call the 190 and start calling for a good river. River comes 4 of spades, great river. He kind of shrugs his shoulders and says, pair of 8s. And I roll over the kings, take down the pot.